Art of War, this is a World War II game. It's a new approach to World War II strategy gaming. It combines Total War, huge scale and big number of troops, with Total War way of commanding troops in big formations. And it's about World War II. It's about, big guns, airplanes, rockets, bazookas, machine guns, howitzers, and stuff like that. So you blow a lot of stuff up. The game is historic. It has two campaigns, Allied campaign for the American army and German campaign on the Eastern Front. Right now we're looking at the central France, sunny morning and wide open terrain. In other missions we would be fighting in nighttime paratrooper missions behind the enemy lines. We would be fighting in mountainous canyons in southern France. We'll be, of course, landing on Omaha Beach. We will be breaking through enemy defense lines in what was the most massive American or armored action of World War II. So you are playing this game as a general. It's not about a platoon commander or a couple of soldiers defending one town, one little house. It's about being in charge of hundreds of tanks and troops, and it's about liberating big parts of Europe. The engine of this game is all in-house production, and it's powerful enough to show very detailed close-ups, as well as 360 panoramic views, huge battlefields, grass, shadows. I mean, everything you would expect in a modern real-time strategy game is in here, and it's a huge scale and big numbers. Here's a very important thing about the game. It can actually be played with the mouse only. I can press tab button, and well, I actually don't need those buttons on the screen. There are some hotkeys and presets, but again, the game is tailored in a way that so that you can play just with the mouse only. It makes it easier for many people to get introduced to World War II and strategy gaming in general. There's one more fancy thing we have, what we call cinematic camera. At any point in the game, I can press a magic button, and the game will be automatically selecting the most spectacular moments, like close-ups, bird eye views, nice camera movements, explosions, shooting, cool kills, so that at any moment you can actually jump out of that, give more orders, like restructure your strategy, and in a fraction of a second you get kicked into this cinematic camera mode again. We spent more than 2 years refining the gameplay style in here, so right now we can confidently say that in front of you is a game which, on the one hand, is impossible to lose at certain circumstances, and at the same time you're always snatching the victory from the jaws of defeat. So this is almost impossible to imagine that combination. It just took us 2 years to come up with the perfect balance to make it true.